They say blood is thicker than water. But sometimes, it's the blood that stains your peace the deepest. Let me take you back to the moment my life began to unravel, and how I put every broken piece back together, one calculated step at a time. It started with a letter. A thick white envelope stamped with my full name. Official. From the bank. At first, I thought it was spam, some ridiculous pre-approved credit card, or another flyer begging me to refinance my non-existent home loan. But when I opened it, my hands started to shake. Final notice of default. Balance owed. $623,000. I laughed at first. I genuinely laughed. Because I have never in my life taken out a mortgage. I live in a one-bedroom apartment I rent downtown. No luxury house. No white picket fence. No backyard with a pool. Just bills and responsibilities. But this was insane. I called the bank immediately. Hi. I just received this notice and I think there's been a mistake. I don't have a mortgage with your institution. I rent. The lady on the other end was nice at first. Polite. Even warm. Let me verify your name, address, date of birth, social security. I gave it all. And then I heard her typing. Typing. Silence. Then a long breath. Ma'am. This mortgage was taken out 18 months ago. It's in your name. And it's for a property in Willow Creek. Willow Creek? That's the part of town where the million-dollar homes are lined up like dolls in a row. I was frozen. Can you tell me who signed it? Who filed the paperwork? There has to be a mistake. There was another pause. I'm sorry, but we can't disclose those details over the phone. You'll need to come in and verify your identity in person. And if this is a case of identity theft, you'll need to file a police report. My heart sank. I knew someone had done this. I just didn't know who. But I would find out. And when I did, they would regret it. Like this story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more shocking, emotional revenge stories. At the police station, they asked for everything. Copies of my ID, past utility bills, employment records. And then came the part that made my stomach turn. The officer said, "We need to check the signature on the mortgage application and compare it with yours." He pulled it up on his screen. I leaned forward, and my entire body went cold. It was my handwriting. Exactly mine. Same loops in the R. Same curl in the L. But I never signed it. Ever. Whoever did this knew me. Knew my signature. Knew how I wrote my name. I whispered without thinking. This was forged by someone in my family. The officer looked up slowly. Do you have any idea who might have had access to your personal documents? Social security card? Financial history? I didn't even need to think. One name exploded in my mind like a firecracker. Lauren. My sister. My perfect, beautiful, smiling, social media perfect sister. The golden child. She had keys to my apartment from years ago. She knew my handwriting. We grew up scribbling each other's homework for fun. She once joked she could be me if she wanted. I remember the smirk. Back then, it was harmless. Now it was criminal. I went home that night shaking. Not from fear, but from rage. I sat in my small kitchen, staring at my chipped countertop, while my sister lived in a luxury house with a marble island, all under my name. And debt. My name was rotting under the weight of a $623,000 lie. And no one, not even Lauren, had the right to do that to me. I started digging. I searched county records, public filings. And then I found it. Property title, owner. My name, the address? 1327 Maple Grove Lane, Willow Creek. I clicked through the images attached. High ceilings. spiral staircase, granite everything. It was a damn dream house. And I had never even seen it before. But someone had been living in it for over a year. There were photos online, real estate listings that had been cached. A couple of the shots had people in the background. One of them was Lauren, clear as day, standing in the kitchen with a glass of wine and a smug smile. I didn't call her. Not yet. I needed to gather everything. I met with a lawyer. I gave them the police report, the loan documents, my ID, everything. My lawyer leaned back after reviewing it all and said, "If this is what it looks like, we're talking felony charges, forgery, identity theft, wire fraud, mortgage fraud, and more." He looked at me with sympathy. "You want to press charges?" I stared at the paperwork in front of me. Then I nodded. Yes. The plan wasn't just to expose her. No. It was to unmask her. Publicly. Because she didn't just steal my identity. She paraded in it like it was her crown. She made me feel small all my life. The quiet sister. The one who stayed behind. The one who paid her bills. Who never asked for help. Who didn't have the flashy clothes, the big car, or the rich boyfriend. Lauren? She was the goddess at family gatherings. Always doing so well. Always moving up in life. Always living the dream. No one ever asked how she was affording any of it. They just applauded. And I sat in the background, clapping too. But not anymore. 2 weeks later, our family was getting together for Mom's birthday dinner. A big one. Reserved at a fancy place Lauren picked. I knew she'd be there. I knew she'd be smiling. And I knew exactly where I'd be sitting. Right across from her. That night, I wore black. Not dramatic. Just neat. Clean. My hair was up. No makeup except a little mascara. I looked like a storm was coming. But polite. I walked in right on time and hugged my mom. Everyone was there. Uncles, aunts, cousins. Even Lauren's boyfriend. A shiny real estate guy with a Rolex too big for his wrist. Lauren spotted me and smiled like nothing had ever happened. "Hey, stranger." She walked over and hugged me like a movie scene. Her perfume hit my nose. Expensive, strong, fake. "You look amazing," she said. I smiled. So did I. We took our seats. Food was ordered. Small talk flew around the table like flies over honey. And then it happened. I reached into my bag. Pulled out the envelope. Thick. Crisp. Labeled, "To whom it may concern." I slid it across the table. Right to her. "Lauren," I said softly. "This is for you." She blinked. Taken off guard. "What's this?" She opened it. Everyone else kept eating. Laughing. Clinking glasses. But not her. Her face dropped. The first page was a copy of the police report. The second was the mortgage document. The third? A picture of her. In the house she bought in my name. I watched her pupils shrink. "Is this a joke?" she said, forcing a smile. "No," I said calmly. "It's a felony." The table fell silent. Forks paused in midair. Even Mom looked confused. "What's going on?" I leaned back and looked straight at my sister. "I'm pressing charges, Lauren. I know what you did. The house. The loan. The signature. All of it." Silence. Then she laughed. "You're insane." But her voice cracked. I pulled out my phone and pressed play. A recording. A phone call I had made to the bank, with her voice listed as the alternate contact. She had called them once to verify an address. And I had recorded it. The sound of her voice echoed across the table. People stared. Her boyfriend's jaw clenched. My mother whispered, "Lauren?" She said nothing. Like this story? Subscribe to our channel for more shocking, True revenge stories like this. You won't believe what happens next. After dinner, chaos erupted. Lauren stormed out, but not before grabbing the envelope. She didn't even pay for the meal she had insisted on hosting. I stayed. Explained everything to my family. My uncle, who worked in finance, said, "This could ruin her life." I nodded. It almost ruined mine. The next few weeks were a blur of lawyers, court papers, and subpoenas. Lauren tried to fight it. Tried to play the sister card. Tried to call me crying. I didn't answer. She texted, "Please. We're family." But family doesn't steal your name and bury you under debt. Family doesn't build dreams on your destruction. I didn't back down. And in the end, she pled guilty. Took a deal. Paid restitution. Lost the house. Lost the boyfriend. And worst of all, lost the illusion. The mask. Everyone knew who she really was now. Not the perfect golden child. Not the successful queen of Instagram. But a liar. A thief. And a fraud. And me? I moved on. Rebuilt my credit. Took control of my story. Started speaking about identity theft. Teaching people how to protect themselves, even from the ones closest to them. Because sometimes, betrayal doesn't come from strangers in the dark. It comes from people who share your blood. Who know your handwriting. Your secrets. Your trust. And they use it like a weapon. But I took it back. I turned their weapon into my justice. And now, I ask you, have you ever been betrayed by someone you loved? Tell me your story in the comments. Let's uncover the truth. Together. After Lauren pled guilty, the world didn't stop. Not for her. Not for me. The papers reported it quietly. Local woman charged with identity fraud in six-figure mortgage scheme. Victim was her sister. Our family? Shattered. Thanksgiving came. There was an empty seat at the table. And a silence that couldn't be carved with any knife. I could feel the tension in every breath. Aunt Sheila avoided eye contact. Uncle Rob cleared his throat and kept saying, "So, how about those bears?" Mom. She just stirred her mashed potatoes without eating. She hadn't forgiven me. Not because I was wrong, but because I made it public. Because I exposed Lauren. Because I didn't handle it privately like family should. But how do you privately fix a public wound? How do you erase a $623,000 mortgage silently? How do you forgive someone who would let your life burn just so she could post pictures of her new kitchen? Mom cornered me later. After everyone left. She didn't yell. That's not her style. She just looked at me like I had failed a test. "Sweetheart. She's your sister." "No," I said. She stopped being my sister the moment she forged my name. Her eyes filled with tears. "I just wanted us to stay a family." I nodded slowly. "We are a family. But not a fantasy." And I left. I cried on the drive home. Cried harder than I had through the entire court case. Because the justice system gave me closure. But my family gave me a wound that wouldn't stop bleeding. A few months passed. And the next blow came. Lauren tried to sue me. Yes, sue me. For emotional damages. She claimed I defamed her. That I exaggerated the impact. That I ruined her career and social life. Her lawyer sent me a 12-page letter full of legal terms and threats. But my lawyer? He laughed. She pled guilty. She signed documents admitting she used your identity. She has no case. But I couldn't believe the audacity. She wasn't sorry. She was angry she got caught. She was angry that her life wasn't shiny anymore. That the truth had dirted her image. But I stood firm. And I filed a counterclaim. I sued her for everything she'd cost me. Time off work. Mental health therapy. Credit damage. Legal fees. Missed opportunities. Every sleepless night. Every panic attack when the phone rang and I thought it was another creditor. It added up. And this time? I won. The judgment gave me $75,000 in damages. But more than the money, it gave me power. It gave me something no amount of therapy had restored yet. Validation. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't cold-hearted. I was a survivor of a betrayal no one saw coming. Except me. And I refused to stay quiet about it. I started sharing my story online. At first, just anonymously. A few Reddit posts. A blog. But then I gave a podcast interview. Then a second. Then a third. Then someone emailed me. A woman from Arizona. Her cousin had used her credit to buy a truck and ruined her credit. Another woman from Ohio said her brother opened 3 credit cards in her name. They cried to me. Told me they never told anyone because no one would believe family could do this. But I believed them. I had lived it. And that's when I knew this wasn't just about Lauren anymore. It was about the system of silence that protects abusers wearing the mask of family. I formed a group. We called it Silent Signatures. We met online. Monthly. Shared stories. Shared resources. Shared strength. Then one night, I received a message. From Lauren. Her name lit up my screen like a ghost from another life. I froze. I clicked it open. I lost everything. You win. Are you happy now? I stared at it. Typed a response. Then deleted it. She didn't deserve an answer. Because this wasn't a game. There were no winners. Only survivors. And I was finally living. A year later, I bought my own home. Not a mansion. Not a palace. But mine. With papers signed by me. No forged signature. No shadows. Just fresh paint. Quiet peace. And a framed copy of my cleared police report on the wall of my office. A reminder of everything I overcame. And every lie I refused to live under. I saw Lauren once more. It was at my mother's funeral. She walked in late. Wore sunglasses inside. Sat in the back. And left before the service ended. She didn't speak to me. Didn't even look my way. And for once, I was okay with that. Because healing doesn't always mean hugging it out. Sometimes, healing is walking away and never turning back. To those of you watching this, if someone in your life has betrayed you deeply, if they've hurt you, stolen from you, lied about you, you don't owe them silence. You don't owe them protection. You owe yourself the truth. And your peace. Even if that peace comes with confrontation. Even if it comes with hard choices. Even if it comes alone. Because you deserve better than to be someone else's doormat. You deserve to stand in your name. Unshaken. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more powerful true stories of healing, justice, and transformation.